Okay, so which one are we moving to next?
We are moving to golems.
Also, Maximum said this: the Mii's would hold it back. It's almost like Mii's are a bad idea and can't really do much outside of being avatars.
Disagree, but okay.
Yeah, Maximum. The thing is, if you say shit like that, we're gonna do yours last.
We are judging this. You might want to say bad things.
I do want to say Mii's and the aspects of like having your avatar in the game does have like a lot of like personality to it. And, like you get attached to it.
Yeah, it does. I said it. I said that, and it's like kind of wrong. But at the same time, it's funny.
Okay, Golem. First of all,
and I will say, first thing I really want to say, and that's like this is like the biggest thing. We already commented on it earlier, but like Golem, the formatting on this is not great.
What are you talking about? This is
like you really need some white lines or some images to clean it up more, because this is actually like pretty hard to read.
And don't use the font you're using. It's the boring font, as I've named it. It's the font you use to impress your professor in essays, but you never use it anywhere else. That is
100% true.
That is the only reason you use this font. Anyway, gonna let you guys read through it while I go to notes.
Yeah, you're gonna give your thoughts. That's the format we used for the Pokemon thing as well, where I talked about it, and then Dixo would say what he thought, but he isn't here currently, which is kind of sad. But at the same time, like he can't do much about it.
I know the feeling. Go.
Anyway, you'll read it. You'll give your thoughts.
Okay.
Dig and I are gonna do the thing by reading it. I don't know why I said do the thing, but whatever you get, whatever.
Okay. With golems, I've written notes on each section. So first of all, I like the concept being like Jackbox. But I don't know how accessible Joy-Cons are compared to phones. I don't think many people have that many Joy-Cons because of the drift issue. And I don't
have any left. I just have Pro Controllers now, because
I have two of the things.
I have a pair.
Like the ones that broke down, so that's like risky, but like still. That's a thing that instantly is there as well.
And
you know what could work with this?
Like the idea of having more like literally every like pretty much every person nowadays has a cell phone.
Yeah. Unless you're like two.
And this is Nintendo. I thought about using phones, but then thought this is Nintendo. They would want to push people to buy Joy-Cons instead.
Like,
Colum, you forget that they're already pushing people to buy them because the things keep drifting.
And also, you forget the Nintendo Switch Online app exists. They could just use it through there.
I do say
as
one
well,
thing.
like,
Anyone remember
it's
Mario Party?
No, I like it, but like, the thing is as well. That's the thing I will say. Just because Nintendo would make a stupid decision does not mean you have to make the same stupid decision.
You get to be the head of Nintendo at this point when you're writing this. You are the boss.
That's the thing. Like, that's the main issue I'm noticing here is that that's the main issue that instantly like jumps out. Like, yeah, I get wanting to get as close as possible to what Nintendo does, but I would also say that's better to just not make the mistakes that they would make.
Yeah.
But I do have an idea which could fix this. Yeah. Anyone remember in the new Mario Party how you have those games that like can use multiple Switch together?
Oh yeah, the cross-Switch games.
Oh, that's an easy fix, yeah.
Yeah, you can just have multiple Switches, and then also you get the Joy-Cons when you have those games that phones can't do, just because Joy-Cons have certain features.
That's expensive. Just gonna say that.
Yeah, it's expensive, but like you honestly just add online play, make the servers not as garbage as like pretty much all of them on the Switch.
That is true.
You got something going.
Yeah, Clubhouse games.
Like that's the thing. You can have online play, and at that point, you have something really impressive, actually.
Oh, another thing with the Joy-Con, Switch Lights, because I know so many people with Switch Lights.
Yeah.
And not a Switch.
Oh, Switch Lite. That's gonna be a big rip.
Yep. With an idea with this in terms of Switch stuff, doesn't Clubhouse games have like you have like some games you can play like on the TV together, and some games you need two different Switches, and they have like a free app that you can download to connect it, like Download Play on the DS. That could work.
Yeah,
for this.
that's pretty good actually. That's a perfectly fine solution to it.
My next thing was I went to Jester's Choice. How many rounds is it, first of all? Because it doesn't say. Would you have to choose it? Would it go on for a year? Or,
I mean, I'd assume it wouldn't go on for a year. I'd assume it would be 364 days at max.
Okay. That's fine. Okay.
That's a really dumb joke.
It is a dumb joke. I liked it, though.
Hey, fuck you!
I like dumb jokes.
I'm not sure how I feel about
So, like,
Jester's
so-
Choice. Like, it didn't seem that
That's
fun.
dumb.
Like,
Yeah, that's the same thing to me. The goal of not becoming the Jesters in Jester's Choice seems like the least fun option. So I feel like most people would become the Jester and lose on purpose because they're having more fun there.
yeah, because you can use gimmicks like obscuring the screen or try and trick people.
While the normal people just have nothing, it seems like they have to just concentrate on the game, which doesn't seem like a base fun. Yeah, like being the crew in Among Us. I mean, that's kind
I think
of
that if you're,
I mean,
like,
I.
if you ask
That's the
personal
thing.
questions,
The
people are
crew in
gonna
Among
lie
Us,
to
you can
people.
actually argue that it is more fun
yeah, you
because you get like little mini games as well.
yeah, and plus you have to.
So there's like at least something to make it like counter. And from what I'm gathering here, there's not really a lot of fun to not being the Jester.
Yeah. With another thing with the crew in Among Us is that you have these discussion times where you have to shout at people like to figure out who the imposter is. You probably won't because everyone's bad at arguing during these games. But
I mean, you will if the person that's the imposter is like horrible at lying.
yeah, but other than that, it's like
Or if they do something really stupid, or if you just meme them out and they happen to be the right one.
welcome to
That
here,
happens.
Beckham.
So what if Jester's Choice there was a separate option for it, where you had to choose what the Jester picked as their option, and you get points based off that. It's the whole like trying to wondering what they would pick for their answers and talking to them. Because obviously they're gonna lie to you, saying, "No, I picked this." Be some cool mind games with that.
Yeah, that would be cooler.
Also, let's speed it up a bit because
Okay.
we do want to see.
With-
I would like to read through all of these before.
Yeah.
I would like to
yeah,
get all of
we
them.
don't need to give
like for
Lucas 6
once,
hours
get
of
all of them done in
recording
one
set.
go.
I would like that as well, being the editor and all.
Yeah, exactly. So if anyone should be speeding through these, it should be you.
Okay. I'll give my quick feedback on each section. With Retro Runway, I don't think it's accessible to every single person due to having a whole culture around Nintendo knowledge, and not many people know much about Nintendo logic. Plus, depending on which region you are in, has different answers to that question. For example, if you have like, when did the Wii U release? For Japan, it's November 18th. For America, it's November 21st. Those are the actual dates.
Why do you know exactly when the Wii U released?
Okay, that
Because
I don't know.
Yes, I know when this failure happened. Praise me.
Like, I don't know to be impressed or just to be like weirded out.
Because I made a video on
It's
it.
a combination of both.
I made a video on it, so that's why I know it. That's the only
I
one.
do say none of us know the date it came out, so he could have just made that up. Like,
Yeah, that's it. He made it up. He could have made it up. Like that's actually a good point. That's a good point.
And the Wii.
it's like people who know pi. You know, once you get past like the first 5 digits, no one else knows it.
Okay.
So you just start saying random
Yeah,
numbers.
so you can just scream random bullshit and people will believe it. Be like, whoa.
And the Wii released a day after in 2006. It released in November 19th, 2006.
I mean, it didn't release a year after. It released years before.
I got the places wrong. I got one of the dates right.
Wow, I can't believe you didn't know
move on
exactly
because
when
we're
the Wii U
wasting time.
Can't
Okay,
believe you.
let's continue.
Why is there wait, Rumble Poker? Why is there gambling?
Okay. This game is similar to one in 1-2 Switch. If anyone here played that, I doubt it.
I
played that. I know the game
doubt
you're
anyone
talking
played it, so you might want to get a better comparison here.
Well, I'm going to
about.
explain.
RTS of gambling.
It did.
Okay, good.
With that, it's a game of bluff, which is very accessible. The game on the on 1-2 Switch is you have a number of shakes in your Joy-Con, and you have to have a higher number of shakes than the other person to win. And you have to convince them that they have a lower number, or you have a lower number, stuff like that. Let's keep going. RPG Me, if I'm gonna be honest, sounds a bit.
RP Me.
Oh my god. If I'm gonna be honest, it sounds a bit boring. There's no like substance to it to hold it together. When you play one game of it, it doesn't sound like you would ever want to go back to it ever.
Yeah, I kind of get that vibe.
Yeah,
I
I can see that. I think each of these needs to have a bit of a gimmick, like making the cleric the only one that can heal, making the mage the only one that can use magic, and that does different effects. Like adding a little bit of depth could really go a far way in making this not hit the button to win.
And
do the thing. You have 3 things you can do, and that's it. And there's no real depth in it.
Yeah. Another thing, the last thing I put is, with Me Tanks, would it have pointer controls? Because if it doesn't, it's not Me Tanks. That's my only question on that one. Good.
I love what Spidey paraphrased here. Hey baby, I know when the Wii U released. Hot, right?
Oh god.
Thanks for that, Spidey balls. Good one.
It really released in Japan last, really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Okay, I think we might want to move on to the final one, which I think would be the most well received because it's just Wii tanks, but with Wii heads on top of the tanks to show who's who.
Yeah, I only have one note.
I think that's gonna be that's just a good idea because I remember people really like tanks.
Wii tanks at 100 levels in it. Wii tanks at
I think people would like it. There's not a lot for us to go off here, but I think people would really like this.
Wii tanks had 100 levels.
A lot of people just love Wii tanks. I feel like this would be a very good.
It was the only game.
I think that's gonna win just because of Me Tanks alone.
Yeah, obviously.
I think people might. Yeah, I think people might just get it. I feel like as well if it released, I feel like all of these would be everything else would just be ignored for people, and they would just play Me Tanks.
Yes.
So I think
we play.
I feel like as well you should have just. What you should have just done is made Me Tanks a full game.
Yes.
In a way, I think that would have actually
So this game is my review on.
That's the thing.
My review on this game is, it's Wii Play again because no one play anything but Wii Tanks. That's my.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's overall I like the puns here. Though I wish you made there's just 2 me puns in the names. I feel like you could have made Rumble Poker. You should have made a me pun of that. I feel like you should make more me puns.
Rumble Poker, poke me.
Roast, dude. God damn.
Okay,
What are we doing?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're doing...
Okay, so we're gonna read this. You're gonna give your thoughts, as usual. And we'll try to do it in... Actually, we can take our time now, because I realize that there's way fewer than there was the Pokemon contest.
Yes, the Pokemon contest took 6 hours, according to Dixo.
Yeah, that's because we took way too much time to discuss each of these.
Yeah, you still hurt me.
I've hurt you. I've hurt you through talking. Although you did say that I made it bearable by being funny, which is
yes.
That's a fucking lie. I'm not funny.
I found it funny. I find really dumb jokes funny. Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same.
Okay, you like no brain humor. Okay, good to know.
Hey, it's one brain cell. I'm offended by no.
No, it's 0.
No.
I mean, Lucas share brain cells.
Okay, fine. We'll meet halfway. Half a brain cell.
Okay.
Good.
Okay, we're gonna read this. With we, I mean,
We're doing maxes, right?
Jigga and I are gonna read it, and then we'll get to actually like talking about it.
My first note was I have never played Metopia. I've never wanted to because they never advertised that it existed, and so a lot of this was lost on me until they sent me the Wikipedia page for the story and that. In my opinion, they should have put like clip notes of what Metopia was about.
If I remember correctly, there was like a warlock who stole everyone's faces.
Yes,
And put it on monsters.
So yes, that I think that got really weird then. They were just dying, and then
I've seen clips of it, and it looked really weird.
Yeah, and like,
but I think it had like a pretty decent track from it was put into Smash. 4.
Maybe.
You know Hell?
Oh yeah, Hell. I hate it. Obviously.
I understand the game also had like a cool like team mechanic where you actually had a relationship with everyone, and like some of them would hate each other, some of them.
So it's Fire Emblem.
Oh, it's Fire Emblem.
Kind of like imagine they hate you, they'll trip you when you're doing an attack.
That's just like someone being a douche.
That's actually funny. That sounds really funny.
That's just someone being a douche.
Yeah, that's what.
Allowing Okay, I'm reading something here. Allowing romantic relationship between non-family members.
Also, if I remember correctly, they used like any online. So.
Oh, designate as a family. Okay. Oh God, I thought this was gonna get really weird. What are you doing, me?
Another note.
This got really cursed. What the fuck is that turkey? What the fuck? You have to put up an image of that now, Lucas.
Okay, I will.
Wait. 6 hours was the me one. How long was the Monster Hunter one?
This Monster Hunter one was 2 hours 20. Once I trimmed it.
Okay, that's okay then.
Once I trimmed it down.
Now you have to like put up Kurupeko because they kept talking about Kurupeko, and now you have to put up Kurupeko here as well because they keep mentioning Kurupeko. And every time I say Kurupeko, you have to put up a picture of Kurupeko.
The screen just comes filled with Kurupekos, like just hundreds
You're just gonna make
every time someone says Kurupeko, it has to appear on the screen just because you want to make Lucas's editing time terrible.
Everyone spam Kurupeka in the chat.
Do you want? No, I'll just leave. I'll just leave the chat.
But seriously, just okay. Let's move on.
Okay.
Or Pekka.
We're talking about a concept.
Yeah, you are. Let's keep talking about that. The second thing I said was, what would you gain from being in a family compared to just being really good friends to someone? Because I don't see a benefit that you could get from being family compared to being just really good friends with someone.
One thing I could think of is that you either like really, really like each other, or you just really, really hate each other. Like it's just to the extreme. It's like you can get like, your bond is way stronger.
If you
friends,
wait,
but...
you know what would be the fucked up part about making sure that if you designate these as family, then they kind of become worse. If you can't like get the maximum love bonus. Just like competitively, if you want to play optimally, you would want, and with family, you would not want to brand them as such to get the. If you really think about it, if you don't get the same buffs from like being real good friends with each other and being in a relationship, you would need to become like you would need to be the Hoshiro siblings to the Korin.
Oh my god.
That's the thing here. If you want to play optimally, either you need to make sure that there's like a way to balance this. Like maybe family members don't get as hateful of each other, or like they are less likely to lose like love for each other.
Okay,
they like each other more consistently, which means that you have a lower cap, but you don't start hating each other as much.
Okay.
You need to make it so that it's like. Similarly powerful but different perks. That's also a good idea.
Okay, the best strategy in this game then is arranged marriages.
It doesn't, but like blood doesn't make you hate each other less. But like the thing is, generally speaking, people think that family is like, yeah, that's perfect, that's the fine thing. But like, if you did that, you could get away with saying, yeah, this is a way to. They have that perk because it would make sense.
Yeah.
I would say one thing I am worried about this is the romantic relationships with the whole party. Like, you just get to situations where it's like a big
carrying touch.
Oh god. Oh god.
Oh god.
Um.
Carry touch, phase it, take it slow. Strike a pose. No cheap tricks. Sorry, were you doing something? This is dumb.
Okay.
I'm sorry for this. These kids are just.
Okay. So the best strategy in this game.
It is a good sign, Daster. I like the mechanics, definitely. Like from the main idea, like the main idea of having like relationships. But I do think you really need to add the angle that they can hate each other if like they don't help each other out. And that like you need to find a way to balance family versus not family, because at this point it seems like not being family is just better.
Yeah.
Which would promote like yikes.
Yeah. The best strategy is either never marrying anyone or arranged marriages so far.
Arranged.
Nice.
Oh god. We're getting really controversial now, aren't we?
Yep.
Just no one mention Alabama.
The YouTube.
No.
The YouTube algorithm will just hate us. It's fine. I've had it for years.
Oh, they're gonna hate us, but like, who gives a shit?
Not me, because even if you are family
I
friendly,
don't
I still hate.
Honestly, being small would probably be better for us because we already are really slow with reading these submissions. Imagine if we had 100 of them.
Yeah, we wouldn't do all of them because there would be like 300 hours of video. I don't think I even have enough storage for that.
I think we would need to
I'm
actually
fine. I'm fine judging all
specific. I think at that point we would need to actually read like each of them separately outside of this, and we wouldn't get any blind. Like, this is funny.
And then we would just choose our top like 5 or something.
Yeah,
I
top
say we
5 or
one,
top 6.
I do say when we get to the situation, let's just have one person like pick the best 10 and then show it to the other judges blind.
That we could do with like the head judge. They need to read all of them and then pick the best ones, and those get judged.
No,
which means they could also, like, if they're biased, they could
focus.
just pick the ones that are made by people they like and then say, yeah, these are the best ones.
We just gotta hope there's no bias with that.
Yeah, there's not going to be any bias because I will probably kick the person in the dick.
Yeah, I was.
We're getting really. This is getting weird. Let's just get on with this.
Yeah, no me relationships.
What do the secret classes do? I get why they're secret, but why did you have to mention that they were secret?
Does that ruin the point of secrets?
With relationships, there are so many. I love the names of these. Like, some of them are really I don't think that was the intent to make some of them sound pretty suggestive out of context. But like,
that's way.
Guys, we're not gonna focus. This is Fire Emblem meme material.
Hey, secret classes are unlocked after the main story. That's why they're secret.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's funny.
That makes sense. So you can be the Smash Bros. Guy after the story's finished.
So you mean that I can't be an alien or a cosplayer from the get-go?
That's kind of sad. Why would I want? Why would I want to continue after the main story then? There is no reason to.
Honestly, like the thing is as well. If there's one of these classes I want to play, it's the alien. Because that's the funniest
a new game plus feature would be cool with this, being able to play those classes from.
Oh,
the
new
beginning.
game plus and make it like super hard.
Yes, make
it just. Make it just ridiculously difficult. Like, why is a me game this hard? That's so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little surprise for the post game, at least in the original. Then yeah, okay, I get that, but like New Game Plus is something I would like to put in this because it's funny. Wasn't there like a
Game Plus and a me
as well
game?
as, like, Sweet Pass? Also, oh my god, this what's that? The bottom text is all story advanced. I'm not gonna read the advanced.
You should read
Sorry,
it.
that's a giant ball.
It's a me game, not a novel.
No, it's
Like you don't need. I will say I appreciate that you put a lot of effort in, but at the same time, it's a me game.
no, this is the Zelda timeline now. I'm trying to explain it.
The me timeline.
You go the me timeline.
I will say I really appreciate you actually taking the time to write all of this, and I'll probably read it like outside of it. Actually, we do have time for it.
Yeah.
I do say this does help your submission, just seeing how much like effort you put into it.
Yeah, it does help because it's like that's like something I noted as a positive as well. But like with like all of the other ones, with the previous thing, I would note that showing a clear level of extra effort is always going to be appreciated. And I think this is actually, I will say, Davester, this is a really good submission. I do like the things and like. I'm joking a lot about the lines due to the relationship mechanic, but honestly, I feel like those jokes being possible is the strength for the game, if you get me. Because like with me games, it's like you are gonna be making jokes and cracking jokes and doing all kinds of like, this is funny me, so I'm gonna just meme about it and having these lines in that are having like abilities like caring touch or like fidget and like all these things that are just take it slow. Like these things, they are great names because people get to make jokes about them, and in a weird way, that I think that actually helps the quality of the game as well.
I've become confused because I put something in my notes and I don't know what I meant, and I wrote this like 20 minutes ago.
So you noticed? Wait. So you wrote something down in a way that you don't know exactly what you.
I put in brackets. Honestly, don't get rid of it. I have no idea what I meant.
Don't get rid.
Don't delete your submission. Got it.
Don't get rid of. I
don't know.
Lone wolf. Oh, I like that. There's actually like some puns in here as well.
I don't know what I
the
meant.
wolf class, I'm reading this, like similar to the cat, this class is much more of a glass cannon, sacrificing the cat's supportive skills for some potent attacks. Which is kind of, I will say that's kind of weird. Because, like, how is a cat more supportive than a dog?
Yep.
Like, cats hate people.
I don't like cats.
While dogs are, like, super attached, cats really don't
Well,
like.
I guess it brings you stuff.
Anyway, but, like, the rest, I wanted to talk about the little pun I noticed. And suffering when it comes to relationship due to their lone wolf nature. I like that. I like memes in here.
Okay.
What are we even talking about anymore at this point?
Something?
Specifics.
We're talking about me.
And we're talking about me classes. And, like, I will say, like, the classes look fun. Are these additional, like, or are these additional classes, or are they, like, the... what I want to ask, are these the classes that are present in the original game as well, or are these all new ones?
I think they're new.
Yeah, that's the thing, because we can't really tell. These are all new classes, so there's old classes as well. Okay.
Okay. Do any
then I will say I would have appreciated if you put those in as well.
do they any of them return? Actually, we don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's the thing. These are all new classes, so that's a real question. Are the old classes in here? And if so, why aren't they in this document? Because that is a big thing to leave out.
Yeah. Well, I do say he did put gameplay advanced, and I think advanced just means like new stuff they added, and that's underneath that. So I think all the original.
I mean, advanced is more so just advanced more so indicates how you more in detail. I think is what it meant. Okay. This is gonna. It's only the fourth concept. Yeah. Well, say that, but for this, we have two more left.
Yeah, I do want to say I have a crazy suspicion that Max wants us to read his submission. It's just a thought.
Yeah, which is why we will be. And honestly, because he's so desperate for it, we will talk about this one a slight bit more.
What else do we have to say?
Let's just continue me classism.
I will say, like, I think we should. All joking aside, I think we should get to the point about this one, and I think like
Yes.
overall, this is a really solid addition. The relationship mechanic is interesting, and more importantly to me, fucking motivated pun. But like more importantly to me, it gives way it gives us a way to make more to make like weird, like that's the thing, the relationship mechanic allows for some really fun, it makes it more of a, I think, more suitable to be a party game, because you can make dumb jokes with your friends about the special actions they can perform, like what was it again, like
Tripping.
you can take it, and I don't. And what was the other one? Just to counter, saying is sorry, you were doing something. Where is it again? Unnoticed. What is it again? I got it. I want to figure it out. I was mentioning it constantly. Caring touch.
God.
Also, thanks, Bickle, for thanks, Carney. You're our favorite dick.
Wow.
Thank you for that.
Well, he's not wrong.
Really.
So, guys, final thoughts on this concept. Let's go.
You can take it, might be careful. Using this concept. I feel like that's actually like I will say these skills, these traits, they are amazing, because in the context of relationships, they're so funny. I really think these add a lot, and I will say that, like, I don't think it was. I'm not sure if it was intentional, but dear God, it's funny.
Okay.
Anyway, what are your closing thoughts, Jigga?
Okay, I do want to say, I don't really see anything like too creative with this concept. Though I did like how he took a system that was established and like evolved it into something better, adding in some new mechanics with it. So it's a really good like example of game analysis and what you could do to improve it. No, I wouldn't say there's nothing really like crazy he did. He just made the system better.
Yeah. As a person who's never even heard of Miitomo, well, Miitopia. No, Miitomo's a mobile game. Miitopia, until like 2 months ago, and doesn't really know about it.
Wasn't Miitomo on the DS as well?
It was on 3DS, and it was only on 3DS. I looked it up.
3DS. Miitomo's dead. Yeah, good for it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Anyway, move on with your thoughts.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with Giga basically.